conference finals, there's another one between the San Antonio Spurs and the Memphis Grizzlies. And it's game 4 tonight. I really thought the Memphis Grizzlies, if anything, they would have wanted to win last night, and they didn't split one on the road, which I would have thought, you want to, but I thought they really lost a real gimme in game 3. It went to overtime. You're at your place, the spirit of Elvis is living and live, but I really thought, they missed one. But I don't think it's the end of the world. I do think Memphis wins tonight because I think they're going to play over their skis. Their emotion level is going to be high. To quote Rick Neuheisel, their passion bucket will be full. But it's kind of, how this movie is going to end, but doesn't mean it can't be interesting. Keion, what do you think about tonight?
See, this is where I disagree with you here. One, I believe last game, Memphis gave San Antonio that win, and with them being in Memphis, Tim Duncan and them are saying thank you very much, in my best Elvis Presley impression. As well as, one, we knew Tim Duncan was mad. I don't know if it was the fact that he's getting his divorce with his wife, which has been finalized, or is it just the fact that they're San Antonio? He's probably going back to when they won 3 rings, doing great. They're the San Antonio Spurs. They have Greg Popovich, and they just want to make it to the finals one more time because they believe that they can take on the Heat as well as probably win another ring.
Before I, rebuttal, let me also throw in this breaking news. Lakers assistant coach Steve Clifford has been hired as the head coach of the Charlotte Bobcats. He's agreed to a 3-year deal worth $6 million. This is courtesy of ESPN SportsCenter. Let's hope that works out.
Congratulations.
But, I think a lot of... Go ahead.
Just congratulations. And in Charlotte, you got some big shoes to fill. Except those big shoes are probably size 6 and have a winning record of what was their record last year? Did they go over 15 wins?
I wouldn't hold my breath on that. It probably was around no more than 15. But are we talking American size or foreign size for those shoes?
Oh, definitely American. Size 6. Those are kids. Okay. You need to make them into men.
Okay, awesome. A lot of people have been saying, they've been trying to figure out teams as to who to match up with Miami, and everybody would think, oh my goodness, the San Antonio Spurs are such a well-oiled machine. If there's a team that can really stick it to Miami, it's the Spurs. But I gotta ask, is that really a matchup where I'm clamoring, I'm gonna hurdle to see?
Well, they are a well-oiled machine. There's no denying that. What surprises me is how Greg Popovich turns these players from no-shows to stars. Because one guy that I have actually been impressed with the most is Tiago Splitter.
How do you say his name?
Tiago Splitter. If that's how I can do it my best. Last game he was 5 for 5, 11 points. As well as the fact he puts a body on Marc Gasol. Not amazing body, but he does what he can. He has the clutch moments, gets late layups, as well as the fact that I think he's finally made a presence. I mean, he took Boris Diaw's spot in being the starting center, as well as the fact of you have Kawhi Leonard, 11 rebounds last game. Not that big offensively, but he got his rebounds. You still have Ginobili coming off the bench, which to me, I still say that he's one of the top 10 shooting guards of all time. I said it, yes.
Whoa.
Yes, I know, red flag. I know, maybe. My mother says I love the European ballers and everybody that's not American, but hey, I'm going with that. But Greg Popovich has this great sense of making a team no matter who's given to him. He knows people's parts. He knows what to do. Memphis did have a little, risky thing of probably letting Tayshaun Prince come back on the court and play after his first quarter injury. Um, Zach Randolph didn't have that big of a game. He only had 14. He did have a big game in rebounds with 15. But, there's something about the Spurs where they're old. They have the young blood, but at the same time, they're that team that's like, yo, we still are the San Antonio Spurs. Let's be real about this. This is Memphis, which low key is in the East. I still feel that we should, keep them in the East and give away another team. I'm not gonna say who, but the San Antonio Spurs are they were the number one team this year. They have a reputation to keep as the number one team in the West. Everybody thought it would be OKC. San Antonio, once again, the silent killers coming and taking that spot, being number one. I know my best friend Corey is going to be so appreciative of me giving high praise to San Antonio. But this is what the Spurs do. They take away great pieces of another team. They get their own pieces and make great players of games. They use what they need to use in order to as we say, oil up the machine, which is called the San Antonio Spurs.
Listen, it's all, fuzzy kittens and lollipops and rainbows, but wouldn't we want to see this happen so we can kind of, what the Spurs pronounced dead years ago wasn't, it's like a bizarro version of the Expendables where you've got Stallone and Arnold and Willis and, before everybody shows up to set, they're keeling over. Like, it's just at some point, I love what the Spurs have done. They're a small market team, for all those NBA fans who think the NBA is rigged or it only favors small market teams. Case example, the San Antonio Spurs. But I mean, Miami's hot right now. They're sexy. Like, I don't want to see, old, not to use, the crap. The Spurs. Listen, it's great. I guess the Spurs are a dynasty. I will say that. But Miami, OKC, I'm like, all right. I'm ready to go. Kevin Durant, LeBron James, Russell Westbrook. I wanted to see that. I wanted to see the young guns versus, I guess, the middle-aged group. I don't know. But do I really want to see the old guys against the middle-aged group? No thanks. I mean, I don't know. It doesn't move the meter. I mean, of course, San Antonio is sprinkled in, young blood, Kawhi Leonard, Danny Green, Tiago Splitter, shout out to Patty Mills, but I'm sorry. I'm not too overly excited for it. I'm sorry, I'm not. Sorry.
See, this is the thing. You don't have to be excited. The only thing that you have to be excited about is the fact that, one, the finals are not meant to be exciting this year. No matter what Western Conference team goes into the finals, the Heat will win back-to-back. This is what's already been predicted in the beginning of the season. Well, no, I'm not going to say that. It's been predicted since Russell Westbrook lost his legs.
Oh no, not his legs, not lost them like he's in the Wizard of Oz.
Well, not lost his legs, but just haven't picked them up from the lost and found box yet.
Got it.
But I mean, you see how San Antonio really doesn't. They're not a team that really cares about, look at us, we're San Antonio, we're in number one. They don't care. They signed Tracy McGrady. I don't think that was for, the fans to come out and see number one strap his sneakers and actually sit on the bench for a full game. No, San Antonio's about business. That's why I like them. They're about business. Greg Popovich is like how can I say it? he doesn't sip cigars, pop champagne. Not one of those pictures where you see Phil and Michael, having champagne in the locker room. No, Pops is a type of coach that he coaches his team. He gives his little speech after the game, win or lose, and he's going right home to write another play for the next game so he can make his team better than the way they were before. Kawhi Leonard is this guy. You say the sprinkled little young players that they have. We have three sprinkled players starting. You have, Matt Bonner's not that old, coming off the bench. You have Gary Neal, Patty Mills coming off the bench. Not last game, but yay, Patty Mills, yay, you're on the Spurs. But you have these young players which are going to get their and probably already gotten their shine just being in San Antonio. Who would have thought Tiago Splitter would be the new center coming to the Spurs in the playoffs, doing big things without even scoring a lot of points? I would believe that, David Robinson has came up to him and has patted him on the back saying, "Good job, kid. You're doing my work." I believe Kevin Willis is probably coming back and saying, "Man, if I was 100 years younger, I would love to learn from you." I believe those guys are actually happy to see Tiago Splitter. I would think that, Dennis Rodman has probably called Kawhi Leonard one good time and said, "You're doing it like the Worm used to do." One good time. I believe that just the San Antonio Spurs are not with this, propaganda that the NBA gives to high knowing teams, the sexy team of like what you like to call it. They're about business. They want rings. They want to build up their franchise. I feel Jay-Z made the Brooklyn Nets black and white because they were supposed to be like this new team. Black is the new black kind of team. But we keep forgetting the Spurs have already claimed that name and they've never been that team. They have died off before, but they're still that team that's like, yo, we're the silent killer. That's why we're black. We come in here, we're about business. We're not gonna have our pink and green anymore like we used to, and show that we're flashy and flamboyant. No, we're coming in here, we're taking what you got, and we're gonna get that ring. We're the San Antonio Spurs. Forget Dallas, forget Houston, even though that hurts to say that. Oh God. But we're the king of Texas.
Take a deep breath, it'll be alright.
Whew. But that's the Spurs. They're business. Just want to quote Jay-Z, "I'm not a businessman, I'm a business man." That's the Spurs.
And that's fine and well. It's dandy. But now it sounds like we're giving everybody a farewell tour. It sounds like Johnny Carson's last year. Let's cue up the NBC promos. Listen, I respect Tony, Manu, and Duncan and Pop. Those are all Hall of Famers. I don't care how you split it. But I mean, if it doesn't to me. Some small markets will appeal to, but I mean, is New York gonna watch that finals? Is LA? Is Chicago? Well, they wouldn't do it too, But I just think it's kind of a yay. It's is Pop gonna just, if he would have spanked Spoelstra like he's a kid that scribbled on the wall and lied about it, like who are we really trying to appease to? But be that as it may.
With these small market teams like Memphis, San Antonio going into the Western Conference Finals, I believe right there, then and there, it was like, oh, dang, this finals is going to suck. Miami's going to win. So, yes, the only viewers that will probably show are probably San Antonio because we know that they're going to the finals. Nobody's ever came back from a 3-0 series. So San Antonio's watching. Miami fans, the fake Miami fans, my mother, shout out to moms being the Miami Heat fan. Yay. AKA she considers them underdogs. Oh, gosh. And LeBron fans. That's who's watching it. Oh, and Gabrielle Union. Yay. So those are the fans that are going to be watching this finals. Everybody knows that it's not going to be an exciting finals. But what we do know is that San Antonio is actually going there to play. They don't have those shirts. Like what were the Pacers wearing the other day? What fan T-shirts?
Blue
collar, gold swagger, yellow swagger, Pacers racers. You know what the Spurs fans wear? We're the Spurs. We came to take your land. That's it.
I guess. I mean, but we'll see. I mean, but I mean, again, the Spurs. I believe they will eventually, as you do, close out the series, whether it be tonight or perhaps the next game. They will close it out, and they will most likely end up in the NBA Finals. So I guess the really only conference finals we have that's worth watching would be the Miami Indiana, which
for another 3 games.
Will be a good one. I think it'll go the distance. It's going to be another 3.